The marketing concept that I would like to touch upon within this video is promotions, and I wanted to talk to it by using my former employer, Live Nation slash Ticketmaster. So going into some context about Live Nation slash Ticketmaster, some general history about it, Ticketmaster is the number one ticket seller within the United States, and in addition to that, it is owned by Live Nation, who is one of the largest live event organizers and promoters across the US as well. So what Live Nation essentially ends up doing is they are one of the biggest promoters for all types of live events. So these range from sporting events, musical theater, concerts, speakers, music festivals, etc. So this requires a lot of different types of promotional strategies since there are so many different types of market segments involved, and then also so many different types of events that have different audiences, obviously. So the way that Live Nation and Ticketmaster promote various live events can really vary a lot from segment to segment. And some of these segments for Live Nation Ticketmaster I did touch upon in my previous vignette as well. Since I used to work in accounts payable at Live Nation Ticketmaster, I did really get to see where a lot of the promotional money would end up going to, and they used a large variety of methods in order to just make sure that different types of events were promoted properly. So I worked within the Live Nation Ticketmaster Mountain region. So essentially what that means is that anytime events would come to Denver or surrounding areas, then we would be the ones who would help directly with that promotional strategy. So even though the headquarters for Live Nation Ticketmaster is in Los Angeles, it would not be the Los Angeles headquarters who would really help with a lot of the individual promotions in these areas. Rather, it would be the mountain region specific to Denver that would be helping with that localized promotional strategy. So it was really interesting to see because a lot of the ways that they do their promotions is very localized. So just because of that, it is a good way to just make sure that there is a lot of community involvement and a lot of promotion from that ground level, really. So essentially, a lot of the different methods that I saw that they would use, I would start with one of their biggest being online and social media advertising. So this was a major strategy that they would be using in order to promote various types of events. So they would primarily use Instagram, Facebook ads, and I think Google ads were honestly one of the biggest ways that they would promote upcoming events. And if you would search these events that would be promoted by Live Nation, for example, if you search them on Google, then the first thing that would come up for that type of event would be a Ticketmaster link where you could go and purchase tickets to that specific event. So they were very big in using that. In addition to that, I would say Live Nation is really good at getting artist involvement in different types of promotions as well. So if they are promoting a particular artist, they would make sure that there is behind the scenes content posted on the Live Nation app and social media, as well as on that specific artist's social media too. So an example of social media with an artist getting involved in a local community that I recently did see was Ed Sheeran over this last week is a major pop star, and he was posting videos of him going to Casa Bonita. So that's just one interesting and cool way that I saw that he was able to sort of integrate himself within the place that he was coming to and performing at. And it is something that Live Nation should be using, honestly, a little bit more too, is sort of get that regional or get that specific location as a part of the integration within the promotion as well. Email was another type of social media promotion that I really saw, and to be honest, Live Nation slash Ticketmaster's email is the only one that I actually consistently open and look through on a regular basis, just because I do find it really interesting to see what types of events are coming to town. So I think it is very helpful in that sense, and something that I would recommend subscribing to, and I think is also a very successful method as well to promoting a variety of different types of events. So Live Nation also similarly has an app that promotes different types of events too, and your Ticketmaster account should have recommendations for types of events based off of the music that you are interested in or have been purchasing tickets to go see. Guerrilla marketing was something that was also really heavily used at Live Nation Ticketmaster. So what this involves is billboards, flyers, a lot of things like that. So they were very commonly used to promote different types of events on the local level. So for example, over this last summer, I saw multiple billboards across the Denver area promoting the final Dead & Co concert up in Boulder. So that was something that was really big and a really big priority for that type of music event. And for a lot of these event types, I would say like one type of event can be used to promote another. So something I noticed, if you're going to see Aerosmith, like a classic rock band, and you go to Ball Arena to see them, what Live Nation Ticketmaster will do is they will have digital advertising, so digital billboards that will basically show you all other types of similar events that are coming either to that arena or to other places in the surrounding areas that you could potentially see as well. So this is one great way, one great cross promotional opportunity to make sure you are able to promote another type of event. And they also did this in the form of flyers as well. So after you would see your Aerosmith concert, then when you are leaving and after you're on the high of seeing that concert, then they would be giving out flyers to Def Leppard, for example, at another venue. So it would just be a way to sort of incentivize you and excite you to go to another type of event besides the one that you just completed seeing. So I think that that was a really great guerrilla marketing method that they commonly used as well. In addition to this, I think that that type of method can be used for sporting events, for example. So after you go to a sporting event, you can also be informed of other types of similar sporting events that would be coming to the area as well. And it could also be used for cultural snobs. So what these are people who like musical theater, ballet, opera, things in that nature. So if you're going to a ballet, if you're going to the Dracula Ballet and you hear that the Nutcracker will be coming later that season, then you can be informed of that and get excited about that type of event coming forward. Something else that they would commonly use would be radio competitions. So since you could be very specific to the type of music that people would be interested in listening to, this made it a lot easier to promote on these radio channels and then have various concert ticket competitions that they would have. So if it was a country music concert, then you could go and see Chris Stapleton, for example, who is very related to that type of market and is a good way to sort of get promotion around that name and around people coming to the event that he is having in that locality. Some other recommendations that I do have regarding the promotional strategy for Live Nation Ticketmaster involves having more of an online presence on newer sites like Twitch and TikTok, which are bigger with younger generations who tend to really enjoy going to live events since they have just more of that time to, and it's just like something fun to go out and do during the week or on weekends. Since a lot of promotions tend to be pushed in localities, I think a way to get involved in TikTok and Twitch would be maybe pairing up with local celebrities or influencers who can promote these events as a way to grab attention, to have people want to go to that upcoming event. So the best example I guess I can think of right now for Denver, a very popular Denver celebrity at the moment, is Denver basketball star Nikola Jovic. So if he were to promote some type of event coming to Denver as a member of being Denver royalty on a site like TikTok, then people might be excited to come to an event and then see what it's all about if he's talking about something that is coming to town. Local subreddits is another way to really share what's going on so people in the area can see the types of shows that are coming to an area. So Denver, for example, does have a local subreddit where you can see all the types of events we have around the city, and it would be a great way for Live Nation Ticketmaster to really further get involved within these local communities since that already is such a big part of their promotional strategy currently. So with these recommendations added to the promotional strategy, I think Live Nation Ticketmaster can really improve upon their reach of business and then continue to further integrate into these communities in the way that they have already been doing.